Most of your problems come from one thing. You care way too much about what other people think. But what if I told you that's the exact thing holding you back from living your best life? Today, we're talking about the courage to be disliked, a book by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga. The whole idea is that true happiness comes from not being afraid to be disliked. Sounds wild, right? But stay with me. Ever feel like your worries are never ending? According to Kishimi and Koga, there's no such thing as internal worry. Every single thing you stress about comes from outside influences, other people's opinions, expectations, and approval. That's why life feels complicated when it really doesn't have to be. The only thing standing between you and happiness, it's courage. Most of us think confidence is the goal, but actually, it's courage. Confidence is wanting to be liked. Courage is being okay if you're not. When you let go of needing approval, you stop living for other people and start living for yourself. Sounds simple, right? But it's hard because we've been conditioned to seek validation. Think about it. From childhood, we're taught to chase gold stars, likes, and compliments. But the book says that this approval-seeking game is a trap. You'll never win because you can't control other people's opinions. And the worst part, even when you do get approval, it doesn't last. You just end up chasing more. The book also says unhappiness isn't just bad luck. For some people, it's actually a strategy. Sounds weird, but hear me out. Some people avoid change by telling themselves they can't be happy because of past trauma, their personality, or bad experiences. But the book argues that your past doesn't define you, your choices do. For example, imagine someone who really wants a new job but is too anxious to apply. They think their fear is holding them back. But according to the book, the real goal isn't to get the job, it's to avoid failure. Their brain creates anxiety as an excuse. The book basically calls out our self-sabotage. Kishimi and Koga argue that unhappy people make seeking approval their main goal in life. And let's be honest, we've all been there, worrying if people like us, stressing over whether we're enough, overthinking texts, and replaying awkward moments in our heads at 2 a.m. But here's the kicker. None of that actually makes you happy. Happy people, they focus on something totally different. Instead of trying to impress others, they find meaning in helping others, and not in a self-sacrificing, be a good person way. They help others because it makes them feel good. And when you do things that make you genuinely happy, you stop craving external validation. Why seeking approval is a losing game. Let's break it down. When you chase approval, you put your happiness in other people's hands. You live by their rules, not yours. You'll never win because no matter what, someone will always have an opinion. And worst of all, you start seeing life as a competition. Suddenly, if someone else wins, you feel like you've lost. Instead of being happy for others, you secretly hope they fail. It's toxic and it ruins relationships. The only way out? Stop playing the game. The moment you realize you don't need other people's validation to be happy, you're free. How to actually be happy. Here's what happy people do differently. They focus on the present. No overanalyzing the past or obsessing over the future. Just living now. They stop competing. Other people's success doesn't take away from yours. There's room for everyone to win. They find meaning in what they do. They do things that matter to them, not what looks good to others. They accept themselves fully. No waiting until they're better or perfect. They embrace themselves, flaws, and all. At the end of the day, the biggest flex isn't being liked, it's being happy. And the moment you stop caring so much about approval, you unlock the freedom to live life your way. So, what's stopping you? Let me know what you think about this book in the comments, and if you liked this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for future videos.